It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today we're going to be talking about the menu. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. Our cast here are three main stars are Ralph Fiennes, Anna Taylor-Joy, and Nicholas Hoult. So, Ralph Fiennes, let's look at him first. I mean, this is Voldemort. Is there anything else to say? I mean, it's Voldemort from Harry Potter. So, yeah, but it's not just that. Bunch of other stuff too, as you can see here. Holmes and Watson. Oof. It'd be wise to forget that ever existed. But looking at some of his, work here. I see Schindler's List. I see Prince of Egypt. That's animated. It doesn't really count. Red Dragon. Oh, he voiced in Wallace and Gromit. Nice. But yeah, it's Harry Potter, obviously. Clash of the Titans. Oof. Let's forget about that one too. Um. Skyfall. Grand Budapest. I think he was like one of the main people in Grand Budapest, as far as I remember. So he was M in Spectre, M in No Time to Die. I guess M in Skyfall too. But yeah, he's definitely a recognizable face. I wouldn't call him a draw per se, but he definitely is a recognizable face, mainly thanks to being a noseless wizard. Now we got Anna Taylor Joy. She's been in quite a bit of stuff in the last few years. The Witch, that's like her breakout role. Then Split, Glass. See Emma, which was killed thanks to COVID. New Mutants, which came out right when theaters reopened, and that didn't go too hot. Um, Last Night in Soho didn't go that great either. Northman did bad, despite the movie being really good. I still haven't seen it, but I know it's good. And Amsterdam, oof. But she is Princess Peach in the Super Mario Brothers movie coming out next year, so there's that. But she's definitely a recognizable face. I just certainly not a draw. But she has plenty of time to build up a resume, a more substantial resume. Then we got Nicholas Hoult, who I know from his role as Young Beast in the X-Men movies. That's where I recognize him. But yeah, mainly like, his role as, young Hank McCoy in First Class and Days of Future Past and Apocalypse, Dark Phoenix, all that. Jack and the Giant Slayer. Who remembers that? Not me. I don't think I ever watched that movie, but that's one of the biggest bombs ever. Well, so you just be wise to ignore that. See what else. Mad Max Fury Road. That's a classic right there. Collide was a disaster. Uh The Favorite, I know that was like an Oscar baity movie. I think it did well in the Oscars. I don't know. Tolkien, that did really bad. Yeah, so our three leads, they've all been involved in pop culture stuff, as obviously. While I wouldn't call any of them draws, I believe having them all together just makes for a more appealing package. I've said this many times. You have like a bunch of recognizable actors, even if they aren't box office draws. You put them all together, it's appealing, package, and I feel like that might be the case here. Maybe to a lesser extent, but it's still there. So I would consider our three leads to be a relative pro, not a strong pro, but a relative pro. So that's pro number one. Pro number two are the reviews. They are quite good. I have to look this up off screen to see like the updated score. Yeah, okay. It's at 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. It was its critic score. Its audience score is 82%. Its cinema score, which I can, since I'm doing this so stupid late, I'm able to see. It was a B, which isn't great, but it's not terrible. It merely means that word of mouth is a little mid, but it's not like doom and gloom. Okay, so seems that general word of mouth is good, so no real complaint there, no real full con there. So reviews, word of mouth seem to be good enough generally. It's generally good, so let's just consider that a pro. Another pro is that this movie is pretty unique. When it's coming out, because it's like literally the only movie of its kind out right now, because it's like this weird, it's hard to describe its genre. I mean, I see it listed as a horror comedy, I see it as a black comedy, like a satire. It's a lot of different things. It's hard to put it in just one genre. So it's kind of like a multitude of genres. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what it's actually like. I haven't even looked up much about the movie. I've seen some ads, but that's about it. So I have no idea what this movie's really about. So I'm completely in the dark. But yeah, I mean, it's unique. I mean, being unique is not a bad thing, especially in the world of movies. And this allows it to obviously stand out amongst everything else. So I would consider that to be a pro, how different the movie is compared to everything else that's out right now. So that's a pro. Another pro is that competition is not super great. I mean, there's Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which is head and shoulders above everything else box office wise. But besides that, everything else is just weak. Weak, just dead. Either just a bunch of old movies or a bunch of DOA movies. Movies that never stood a chance. So obviously that gives the menu a chance to shine, at least for this one weekend. Although the way things are going, it's going to be outshined by a movie that I didn't expect. Well, it's not even a movie; it's like a two part for a show, like The Chosen season 3. I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm not gonna talk about them. That I'm not gonna make a prediction video on that because I don't do Fathom Events movies. I haven't done them before. I'm not gonna do them now. Just gonna say that to get that out of the way. But yeah, competition for this weekend is very, very light, with the exception of, I guess, The Chosen and Black Panther Wakanda Forever. But besides that, it's pretty light. And with Thanksgiving doesn't exactly look um, spectacular. So that might give it a chance. It has more of a chance than it normally would. So competition not being super brutal, I would consider that to be a pro. Definitely. Uh any other pros? I think that's it. Well, I guess another pro is that it feels almost like Barbarian in a way, where I feel like, oh, Disney is just dumping this movie. They have no faith in it. They've given up. But feels like they like to really push movies like this at the last minute, or the last week. Like they really ramp up the ad campaign. They did that with Barbarian, and they're doing it again with the menu. So I guess they really like doing it with genre flicks like this. But yeah, I mean, I say it's gotten a decent amount of ads. Not a whole lot of ads, but a decent amount. That way people know it exists. So I would consider that to be a pro. But I think that's it for pros. Okay, cons. This is, another Disney Fox, formerly Fox, Disney 20, well, it's not even 20th Century Studios, it's from Searchlight, which is like, which was Fox's specialty division, but now that's Disney's. And I've gone over 20th Century Studios, but let's talk about 20th Searchlight and see how they've done since, the whole, acquisition. Um, it's not been going well at all. Uh, Looking through this, this is through like 2020. Probably missing a few movies, but I don't think it matters that much. But yeah, No Man Land. I don't think that really counts because it got a wide release, but it was really weird. Like they didn't like announce numbers till like way after the fact, and I thought that was really odd. So I don't know if I count that, but I don't know if I count Personal History of David Copperfield either, because that came out like literally the whole week after theaters reopened. Funny enough, the same day New Mutants came out, which had Anna Taylor Joy. So weird. Be a Night House that tanked. Eyes of Tammy Faye that tanked. French Dispatch didn't do well. Nightmare Alley definitely didn't do well. See How They Run, that was a bit of a dud. And Banshees of whatever that movie is, it's not doing super hot. So yeah, the track record here is quite bad, quite dismal, and normally that would spell a bit of disaster for a movie like this. But the way things are going, it should definitely do better than literally all of them. But yeah, having, a bunch of failures surrounding your brand, the brand being Searchlight, yeah, that's not a good thing. So I consider that to be a con. I guess another con is that while the Thanksgiving movies aren't stellar at all, there's still a lot coming out. Strange World, Devotion, Fablemans, Bones and All. It's four movies opening Wednesday. And obviously, you can't have a ton of movies, do well at the same time. A few of them are going to slip through the cracks. And there's definitely a chance that could happen here. I don't think there's a strong chance because again, Thanksgiving looks weak. But having that a whole bunch of movies come out so soon after this usually isn't a good thing. So, yeah, a bunch of movies coming out could be a bit of a problem, and I would consider that to be a con. I think that's it with cons. Well, I might as well mention its Thursday preview. I forgot to mention that. This Thursday preview is pretty good, way better than I thought would happen. $1 million. Granted, some of this money was from like Wednesday and Thursday previews, so it's not super accurate. It's not like super legit, but that's the number we have, $1 million. And if we were to compare to say Barbarian, I already mentioned it. There it is. Wow. Barbarian, which is also like this is more like blatant horror. The menu is kind of more of a weird one. But yeah, it's not like super blatant. But Barbarian, you knew for a fact that was a horror movie. It was positioned directly as horror, but that had a Thursday preview of 850,000. So it's bigger than that, and that made over 10 million opening weekend. So that's a good sign for the menu, definitely. Will it happen? Don't know, but it's a positive sign that I did better Thursday previews than Barbarian. So I would consider that to be a con too. Not a con, pro. What am I thinking? It's a pro. It's late. Cut me some slack. Okay, so pretty sure that's it. Yeah, that's it. So opening weekend, Initially, I was thinking for the longest time, I was like, this movie's not going to make any money. It's going to tank hard. It's just going to barely exist. But the, as the date came closer and closer to this movie releasing, I noticed Disney was actually putting in some effort into the marketing and advertising campaign. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should, increase my prediction a little bit. And then reviews came out. I was like, okay, I'm definitely increasing my prediction. So the way things were looking, I'm gonna say it's gonna open between 8 to 10 million, probably around that range. That's the way things are going. And its total, it depends on like if it can survive like the onslaught of movies coming next Wednesday, and I guess through like the rest of December. But let's be real, December doesn't exactly look stellar either. The only movie that'll probably make any real substantial money is going to be Avatar 2, but that's not till like mid December. So this movie has time to make some cash before that potential behemoth, comes in. So I'm gonna say its final total is gonna be somewhere within the range of 20 to 30 million. I'm probably lowballing it, but that's what I'm going with. 20 to 30 million total. And yeah, that's the menu. One more movie to talk about because I'm not doing The Chosen, okay? But I will talk about The Chosen, like what its box office looks like. I'll talk about it when I do my November recap. I can tell you that, but I won't make a prediction video on it. All right? Cool? Cool. So we have one more movie to talk about, She Said, which is really not doing well. And then that's it for the weekend. So, yeah, pretty quiet weekend, to say the least. And as you know, next Wednesday, we got the Thanksgiving movies. We got Devotion, Strange World, Bones and All, and The Fablemans. That's not going to be a fun day for me. Definitely not. I hate when I have to do like three, four, five movies a weekend. That's too much. I can't. I dread it happening. So yeah, but stay tuned for all these because I am gonna do my predictions on all these, and then that's literally it for November. So yeah. But anywho, yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? I got playlists on the homepage, all previous prediction videos I made this year. Which search I forgot. I know I did See How They Run and Banshees, that movie. I made prediction videos on those. I made prediction videos but that was like last year of like Nightmare Alley and whatnot. But if you want to watch any of my prediction videos of any Searchlight movies or any 20th Century Studios movies I've done this year, Death on the Nile, Bob's Burgers movie, Barbarian. Want to see my prediction videos for those you can just go on watch the playlist, for all the 2022 movies, so go do that. There's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. I only covered the menu once, and that's when I got its date. That was episode 116. In that episode I talked about, well, the movie was called It's All Coming Back to Me. That's changed. The title is changed to Love Again. So, yeah. That, and I also mentioned about like the summer movie season. Like, is the summer 2022 movie season safe? So that episode, 116. That's where I talked about it. But the last canceled episode I made was like 166, where I talked about SpongeBob, Avatar, and 2025 movies, and Missing movie, which now has a trailer. So there's that. But yeah, if you want to watch any of the past cancel episodes I made, all 166 episodes, go right ahead. I encourage it. Go watch it all from beginning to now. Binge it. Go do it. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. November recap. I plan on doing that within like the first week ish of December. Like that. It's like, okay. Okay, after Violent Night comes out, I will make my recap video November. All right, that's when I plan on doing it. I'll let you know if anything changes. But yeah, but if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I've made on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.